Got out here a couple of days ago, and we've just been kind of checking everything out. If you can see, there's pretty much nobody here. There's a couple of guys over here. Trent and Josh, I met them when they came in. Real cool guys, racing for the first time in 4800 in a goat built car. And then there's some other guys that have kind of been showing up here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty wild seeing this place without a whole bunch of people in it. We usually show up pretty early anyway for pre-running, but not this early. And so I went out yesterday and checked out Turkey Claw, and that was pretty good. I mean, it's not a hard trail by any means, so I don't think anybody's gonna have any trouble with it. But it's gonna be interesting to see what they decide on, because what ends up happening on race day is all the really easy, simple stuff just gets incredibly difficult for a lot of people. You know, they just completely forget how to drive, what they're doing. You know, they get so caught up in the moment, and you know, they just forget what they're doing and clog up the trail. And this year, Turkey Claw, so right now there's no short course. There's normally a short course. You can see the Bronco Arch way over there, but basically the short course will go, you'll come out, you'll follow along back there and go all the way over, about over here. It's where Turkey Claw is, and it's race mile 2. So that doesn't really give people a lot of time to be able to run the trail and get out of the way and keep moving. So as soon as two guys break on basically the two lines, it's gonna be bad. So we'll see what happens there. We also yesterday went out with John Snell, and he's in 4671, I believe. I'll put a link to his Instagram. Really cool guy. He's a race DJ on Instagram, and we went out. I'm not gonna shine the camera into the sun, but we went around the backside of the big mountain. Basically, all of that. We went around the back of it, and then went to the Emerson Lake bed, did some high-speed stuff, and then came. And then came all the way around and then back in. It was about I think about a 25-mile loop. So that was pretty cool. The old JK, the boost cruiser, did pretty good. You know, it's still got, you know, regular boxes and coils in the back. I think the rock crawler coils in there. It's got the rock crawler mid arm and all that stuff, but it's just not it's not a race car, and that's kind of what I'm used to. I'm used to that, you know, 114-inch wheelbase, pretty dialed setup, and this is not that. You know, the bumps held up really well. You can see what I was doing here with the zip tie, just kind of getting a feel for, you know, what was happening. But yeah, everything's holding up pretty good. Nothing's blown out yet, so that's always a good thing. But yeah, so pretty quiet day. We talked to Dave Cole yesterday, and I did anyway. Dave had a party at his compound outside of Hammertown, and so I talked to him about you know, Ruslan's, who I'm co-driving for, and asked what he wanted to do in terms of, you know, the publicity. Do we need to, you know, keep it pretty quiet, or what does he want? And he said, no, go ahead and post everything up. And so that's what he did yesterday. So kind of the secret's out on that. So that's going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does in the rocks. I know he's solid in the desert. So it's gonna be really good. We just gotta make sure to keep the car together. You know, we're not going for a win. We're just trying to finish. And no matter how easy some people can make it seem, it's not. You know, it's hammers. Stuff, you know, stuff happens, and you just gotta work your way through it and be smart and get to the finish line. So hopefully that's what we'll be doing. January 29th is the desert challenge, and we'll be in his Pro XP U932. And then February 3rd will be the Hammers UTV race, and he'll be in his new Turbo S 932. Will be the number for that. So hopefully I'll be co-driving in both of those races. We gotta do some final fitment and make sure I fit. I'm a big old Texas boy, and we'll see. But it should be a good time. Well, regardless, we'll spend a lot of time pre-running, get him comfortable in the rocks, get him to look at Backdoor, get him to look at Turkey, get him to look at Cougar Butte. We'll run out in the desert and just kind of check it all out. The original plan was to try and do it all in that thing, but man, my back hurts after a day of driving around in that. So there's some crazy whoops back out that way. So that would just be miserable, 15, 20 mile an hour.
Easy. Easy.
Your back tire's dropping.
Arthur needs to move out of the way. Arthur, move out of the way a little bit. Yeah. There you go.
You're good. Your back tire's dropping.
Yep. You're about to drop. Yep. Keep it cranked all the way. Yep. There you go. There you go. You got it. Easy. Easy. Easy right here. You got a big drop. Go, go, go. Give it a little gas. Give it a little gas.
Yeah, forward. Go. Gas it. There you go. Yeah.
Back.
I got it.
Yep. Stop. Easy, easy. Yep. Come up and over. Good drop a little bit. Right. Go up to the side. That's good. What do you think, dude?
That was it. That was awesome. I love it. It's definitely way more fun than actual desert racing.
So you're gonna be an Ultra 4 racer now?
Yeah.
Go driver. 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 There you go.
Yeah. Good line. Good line.
He's saying come forward a little bit. Go.
He's saying slow. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You're down already. You're down.
Rest in peace, muffler.
Hey, can you, there's a shifter table, a raised shifter table.
Okay, we see you, we see you.
Ruslan Yankovic.
He is our.
Oh, we love stories like that. It's absolutely fantastic. Well, as the action continues here at the 2022 Canada's going to put the mics on as we continue to watch the action at her problem. Hours for you. Do not.
Any clothes as you can wear, and yeah, it's freezing.
So, I mean, when we're talking about doing all these racing and you're in the cars for that many hours, I mean, are you dealing with your own nutrition and your own, you know, food, drink and stuff like this? How do you prepare for that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then what happens is in the evenings, the trails close down.
We'll have to maybe do both. Maybe.
Okay.
King of Hammers, attempt 1, a very, not, I would say that I'm very proud of me and Donnie because we did make it a very far way into King of Hammers. We had about, let's say, about 30 miles left to the finish.
Yeah, we're maybe about 20 miles away from the finish, no less.
We're about 20 miles away from the finish. We went through a lot of very hard trails. We went through Chocolate Thunder, we went through Jackhammer, Sledgehammer, went through all of that very smoothly with no problems. We ended up going, our first problem really ended up going through Schooners. Our whole electrical system went down. We weren't able to start the car. And so we had to mess around with some electrical things, and Donnie ended up figuring out what the problem was. We went back on the race course and kept continuing. When we came out to about Chocolate Thunder, we snapped our axle, so we had to winch up Chocolate Thunder. And after that, we had no problem getting through the rest of the trails, just very smoothly. And once we kind of hit Wrecking Ball is when we kind of started failing. Once we snapped that axle, we ended up making the tire go flat. So as soon as we tried to fix that with our jack, the jack didn't go high enough to lift up the car, and we ended up running out of CO2 cartridges. So we tried to hook the winch up to a rock, and that didn't go as planned. It was just trying to twist the car over. So ending up, we ended up clocking out after having those problems, and that's kind of where we called it a day. But I'd like to thank my pit crew, number one. The pit crew helped us through a lot. Obviously,
Yeah, the good old, all those Alan and all those guys were.
they definitely were
Big
a
help.
big help in the racing kind of stuff. And number two, I definitely like to thank Donnie. He was definitely telling me where to go. And then one thing I forgot to mention was that we had to use hand signals because our radio system went down for about 5 to 10 miles. We had to use hand signals. But at the end of the day, we had a really good race, and just hopefully we can make it those extra 20 miles next time. And that's really all I have left to say, but I'd like to thank all my sponsors at the end of the day, and thank all y'all for supporting me.